Awesome facts about bears. How much did this bear's tongue weigh before being surgically removed? Find out at the end of the video. Number 18. 8 species. Currently, 8 known bear species inhabit Asia, the Middle East, America, Asia, the Arctic, and Europe. They include the American black bear, sun bear, Asiatic black bear, polar bear, brown bear, spectacled bear, giant panda bear, and the sloth bear. Before 1870, Atlas bears once inhabited Africa, but they were hunted to extinction. The polar bears, scientifically referred to as Ursus maritimus, are the largest of the lot. North America hosts 3 of the 8 bear species and 2/3 of the world's population of bears. On the other hand, Alaska is home to 98% of the grizzlies found in the U.S. South America is home to the wild spectacled bears. Antarctica and Australia have never hosted any bear species. 17. Different peas in a pod. While bears share several similarities, they also have vast differences from one species to the next. The Asiatic black bear spots the most largest ears out of them all, and they are smaller in size compared to the grizzlies. The sloths feature the shaggiest fur, while the sun bears have the shortest coats. Sun bears also have the longest tongues, with some measuring up to 9.8 inches in length. Panda bears hold on to bamboo stalks with the help of their unique extra thumb. 16. Endangered species. Bears in general are endangered because of the widespread abuse they endured over the years. The IUCN lists 6 bear species as endangered or vulnerable. The most threatened is the giant panda, but the brown and black bears maintain decent global populations. In Asia, cubs are plucked from their mothers very early on and forcefully trained as dancing bears. Some Asian cultures also consume bear parts for medicine, with their gallbladders selling for up to $210 per gram during the early 1990s. A black bear's gallbladder reportedly sold for $64,000 at a South Korean public auction. Approximately 8,000 of these furry mammals live in China's bear farms. They extract the bile from their gallbladders for medicinal purposes. 15. The pizzlies. While there are currently 8 officially recognized bear species, there might soon be a 9th. Global warming has had a hand in pushing polar bears towards their relatives, the grizzlies. The two share the closest relation out of the other bears, which makes it conceivable for them to produce offspring. Their love child is a sandy-colored cub fuzzily given the name Portmanteau Pizzly or Growler. 14. Impressive skill set. Bears have an impressive set of skills, including the ability to climb up trees. Therefore, when facing one in the wild, the solution is not to climb up a tree because they just might follow suit. The black bears are the climbers and have curled claws allowing them to clutch at the bark of a tree. Grizzly bears are diggers, and their claws are long enough, allowing them to perform the task. They are bow-legged, giving them an exceptionally excellent balance and grip. The polar bears are the best swimmers, and they can jump up to 8 feet out of the water. 13. Rainbow of colors. The most common bears we know of are the black, brown, and white polar bears. However, despite their name, the black bears feature a rainbow of colors, and it is possible to come across reddish-brown ones. Polar bears spot ivory to tan fur coloration, while underneath they have black skin to absorb maximum heat from the sun. Speaking of color, bears see in color, unlike most other mammals. Number 12. Tall, dark, and handsome. The male bears are your typical tall, dark, and handsome lot. They stand taller and weigh significantly more than their female counterparts. The sexual dysmorphia is very apparent in the bigger size species. For instance, The male brown bear weighs about 1,000 pounds, while the female's weight a little over half that amount. However, the females can fiercely defend their cubs against the males or other threats. Number 11. The vocal bunch. If bears could talk, they would never stop, and they do maintain quite the banter using their own form of communication. These furry mammals typically chomp, hum, huff, groan, woof, bark, roar, and growl. Giant pandas can also chirp, bleat, and honk. In fact, these sounds they make can give an idea about their general mood. You never want to be around one that is roaring or growling because it spells danger. They huff during mating or courting, moan when they sense danger, and their cubs hum to get attention. 10. Picky eaters. Surprisingly, bears do not gobble down every piece of meat they come across. Only the polar bears are full carnivores, while the other 7 species maintain omnivorous diets. The different species also choose to consume vastly different delicacies, with the polar bears mostly eating seals, while the pandas enjoy chowing down some bamboo. However, extreme weather and environments can cause the massive creatures to change their diets drastically. For instance, during a 2010 Siberian heat wave, a group started digging up corpses from cemeteries and consuming them. They are also known to eat the strangest of items, including rubber boots, snowmobile seats, and engine oil. Number 9. Crushing bite. A grizzly could supposedly crush down a bowling ball if it chose to bite one. They have a 1,200 psi biting force and approximately 12-inch mouth gape. The size of their mouth is more than double the size of a canine's, giving them a winning advantage in the wild. In fact, some have been known to put their crushing mouths into rescue missions. California native Robert Biggs owes his life to a bear that saved him from a mountain lion that attacked him while he was hiking near the Whiskey Flats. 8. Walking on twos. Bears can walk on their hind legs in an upright position, just like humans do. However, they can only do it over short distances, and it is the reason why Native Americans say that they are beasts that walk like men. Their almost wobbly stride on twos is usually hilarious, and the reason why some circus shows include them as an act. 7. Speedy runners. Bears characteristically feature large bodies with long snouts, stocky legs, and shaggy hair. Adult males reach an estimate of 7 to 9 feet 10 inches in length and weigh as much as 770 to 1,500 pounds. While bears do pack quite a few pounds when it comes to a foot, or in this case paw race, they can reach 40 miles per hour speeds. Usain Bolt, who is the current world's fastest runner, only peaks at 27 miles per hour. 6. Intelligent creatures. Zoologists consider bears to be quite smart, with complex brains for their size. They can cover their tracks in a bid to keep hunters off their trail, and they have been known to roll rocks over traps as well. On top of that, they are extraordinarily astute navigators with excellent memories. Studies also show that the furry mammals can count just like primates. They use these skills in just about everything they do, including play and hunting. Number 5. World War II Corporal Bear. Bears are solitary creatures by nature and do not take too well to domestication. However, a few have broken these boundaries and become an integral part of world history. Winnipeg, a black bear, became part of the 1915 Canadian troop after a soldier bought the cub for $20. He was the troop's mascot for a while and later on got a new home at a London zoo, where he soon became the inspiration for the iconic Winnie the Pooh franchise. Another bear called Wojtek served during World War II and soon rose to the ranks of corporal. Polish soldiers found an abandoned cub and adopted him as part of their platoon. He got along with the soldiers so much that he foiled a robbery attempt and even helped transport supplies during the war. Number 4. Winter ready. Bears have a set of things they do to prepare for the harsh winter, which they spend hibernating. For instance, They consume items that do not digest and create a rectum plug. They then have to painfully excrete the plugs in spring after waking up from their deep slumber. However, bears do not go into full hibernation during the winter months and instead just slow down. Their metabolic rate and body temperature drop significantly as a survival mechanism. The fat stores they pack up during fall sees them through the period when food is hard to come by. 3. Competing with beasts. Bears take the win when pitted against humans in just about every possible game. Boxer Gus Waldorf went head-to-head against a bear in 1949. The bear even had a muzzle and boxing gloves on, and the bear still won the fight. Who knew that bears are also wiener-eating champions? In 2006, competitive eater Takeru Kobayashi took on a giant bear during a hot dog eating competition. The bear did not know that they were competing, but still managed to take the win. 2. Living on the edge. The furry mammals are not just a happy-go-lucky bunch as they usually seem, and some choose to bend a few rules. The Russian brown bunch found at the Kronotsky Nature Reserve have taken to whiffing jet fuel. The lot are such addicts that they often follow helicopters hopping to inhale fuel that leaks to the ground. Some even enjoy an occasional swig of alcohol, as documented by a 2012 family that broke into a northern Norway cabin. The bears guzzled down 100 cans of beer. The same thing happened back in 2004 when a bear broke into a Seattle campground and reportedly drank 36 cans of Rainer it found inside a cooler. Groundskeepers discovered the passed-out chap, and they realized that it preferred the Rainer brand over another type of beer that was in the cooler. Number 1. Super strength. If you thought that Chinese game shows are unusual, then you should see the viral clip of a grizzly bear participating in a Japanese TV show. The short clip shows a grizzly pushing a see-through cube-shaped box, only that inside the cube is a woman who seemingly looks terrified out of her mind. While that video is scary in every sense, but their sheer stature accords them almost super strength. The Asian black bear named Nyan Hatu had an enlarged tongue that weighed 6.5 pounds or 3 kilograms. It was removed to improve his quality of life. Now it doesn't drag on the ground and he can close his mouth. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to press that subscribe button. Coming up next, 10 friendly sharks in the ocean. High fives like Eli Martinez, editor of Shark Diver magazine, does with friendly lemon sharks. Number 1. The friendly shark that saved a fisherman's life. Back in 2012, a sea sailing tragedy was made a lot less terrible by a shark. Instead of eating a lost fisherman, the shark actually saved his life.